This video lesson is about law of sines. Sometimes you are asked an unknown part of a triangle. It is easy for us to answer if the figure is a right triangle because we can find the missing value or the missing parts of the triangle using Pythagorean theorem or using a trig functions, using the SOHCAHTOA. But what if the given figure is not a right triangle? So doon ngayon papasok si law of sines. And this law of sines involve an oblique triangle. An oblique triangle is any triangle that is not a right triangle. It could be an acute triangle or an obtuse triangle. When we say acute triangle, all three angles of the triangle are less than the right angles or less than 90 degrees. In an obtuse triangle, one of the three angles is greater than a right angle or greater than 90 degrees but less than 180 degrees. Find the unknown parts of an oblique triangle or to find the unknown angle or unknown sides of any oblique triangles, we will use the law of sines. So for any triangle ABC in which small letters A, B, and C are the lengths of the sides opposite the angles with the measures the capital letters A, B, and C respectively, we have now the formula for our law of sines. We have sine of angle A over A equals sine of angle B over B equals sine of angle C over C. But we can write it also in alternate form, which is A over sine of angle A is equal to B over sine of B is equal to C over sine of angle C. Kahit alin sa dalawa po ang gamitin ninyo, we will get the same answer. In using law of sines, it is important for us to know how to label or how to name our triangles. If I'm going to name this triangle as triangle ABC, okay, so this is my angle A, this one is my angle B, this one is my angle C. We use capital letters in naming angles, and we use lowercase letters for naming the sides. So it is important to know that if we're going to name the side, it should be corresponding to each angle. Like for example, if this is our angle A, across to that is your lowercase letter A. If this is our angle B, across to that is a lowercase letter B, or our side B. If this is our angle C, across to that is our side C, or we use the lowercase letter C. So, ganyan siya i-name. Dapat corresponding siya. Or, if I'm going to rename our triangle, hindi ko siya dyan ilalagay, yung letter A natin. Name natin. If this is my angle A, this one now is my angle A, this one is my angle B, and this one is my angle C. So, magbabago ang ating name or letter ng ating sides. If this is our angle A, across to that is our lowercase letter A or our side A. If this is our angle B, across to that is our side B or the small letter B. This one is our small letter B. And if this is our angle C, across to that is our side C or small letter C. So, ganyan mag-name ng ating triangles. Let's have our example number 1. So, in this example, we are given two angles and a non-included side or the AAS na triangle. Okay, so this is our figure. We are given the value of angle A, 30 degrees, angle B, 20 degrees, and the value for side A, 45 meters. Bakit siya side A? Kasi that is an opposite side of our angle A. Ayan, kaya small letter A siya. So, let's find all the missing values in our triangle. So, nahanap natin ang value ng angle C. We're looking for the value for side B and our side C. Yun ang mga nawawala natin. So, in this case, let's start with the value of our angle C. You already know that the total angles of any triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So, ibig sabihin, mahanap natin ang angle C because we are given two angles. So, isa na lang nawawala. So, subtract natin minus 30 degrees minus 20 degrees. And the answer now is 130 degrees. So, we have now final answer of our angle C, 130 degrees. Okay, let's find the value for our side. So, let's start with side B. And first is I write our formula for law of sines. So, we have this one. And out of this formula, I will make a proportion. Like sine of angle A over A equals sine of angle B over B. This is our first proportion. Ito yung first proportion natin. Our second proportion is sine of angle B over B equals the sine of angle C over C. This is our second proportion. And last one, we have sine of angle A over A equals sine of angle C over C. Our third proportion. Using these three proportions, we can find the unknown values in an oblique triangle. So, let's start. Okay, let's find the value of our side B first. So, I write the formula for law of sine, and dito, I substitute all the given values sa ating formula. So, I replace the angle A by its value, which is 30 degrees. I also replace the value of our side A, which is 45 meters, given siya. I replace the value of our angle B, which is 20 degrees. And I still remain side B because we don't know yet the value of side B. And I replace the value for angle C since nakuha natin siya kanina, sinolve natin, when that is equal to 130 degrees. And will still remain the value of side C kasi hindi pa natin siya nakukuha. And from these three ratios, since hahanapin natin ang side B, una nating tingnan is to find a ratio na given na yung value ng angle, given pa yung side. Sa tatlong ratio na to, ito yun. So, ito yun. So, ibig sabihin, itong ratio na to, gagamitin ko siya to find the value of our side B and our side C. Since this case, we're looking for our side B, ito si B. So, ibig sabihin, I will use this one to make a proportion with this one. So, start tayo. So, sine 20 degrees over B is equal to sine 30 degrees over 45. Mamaya kayo sulat yung meters. Sa dulo na lang. And since this is a proportion, we can use cross multiplication. Meaning, I will cross multiply, and multiply ko itong dalawa, and then multiply ko itong dalawa to get the value of our B. So, start tayo. B times sine 30 degrees is B sine 30 degrees is equal to, ito naman ang ita-times natin, 45 times sine 20 degrees. So, that is 45 sine 20 degrees. And we're looking for the value of B. So, meaning we need to eliminate sine 30 degrees. To do that is to divide both sides by sine 30 degrees. So, sine 30 degrees, sine 30 degrees. In this case, this 1 becomes 1, and ang na-remain na lang dyan is B now is equal to 45 sine 20 degrees over sine 30 degrees. So, in this case, we will be needing a scientific calculator. Okay, in using scientific calculator, make sure your calculator is in degree mode kasi kung naka-radian yan, automatically your answer is incorrect. Okay, paano ilalagay sa degree mode? Just press shift, press mode, and then you will be needing degree. So, yung deg na yan, that is per degree. So, just press 3. And once you see a D, letter D, that is in degree mode. And you are now ready to use your scientific calculator. So, press 45 times sine 20 degrees equals divide sine 30 degrees. And that is 30.7818129. So therefore, our side B is approximately 30.78 meters. Your B now is approximately 30.78 meters. Let's find the value of our side C. So I write the formula of law of sines with the given value. So kanina, we already used sine 20 degrees over B. So, ibig sabihin, nandito na tayo ngayon because nandito ang ating letter C. So, ito ang gagamitin natin. So, since nandito ang ating letter C, yan ang gagamitin natin. Gagawa tayo ng proportion with this one. Yung given na yung angle, given pa yung measure ng ating side. So, start tayo. That is sine 130 degrees over C is equal to sine 30 degrees over 45. Mamaya ko po ulit susulat ang meters natin sa dulo. And since this one is a proportion, we can cross-multiply. You can use cross-multiplication. So, ibig sabihin, I can multiply 45 times 130 degrees and I can also multiply sine 30 degrees by C. And that is, if I'm going to multiply C times sine 30 degrees, that is C sine 30 degrees over, hindi pa. Wala pa pala. Equals, ito naman ang times natin, 45 times 130 degrees, that is 45 sine 130 degrees. And since we're looking for the value for C, we need to eliminate sine 30 degrees. So, divide natin siya both sides by sine 30 degrees. So, sine 30 degrees. So, this time, ito, na-cancel na. And C now is equal to 45 sine 130 degrees over sine 30. And this time, we will be needing our scientific calculator. Ayan, again, your calculator should be in degree mode. So, press 45 times sine 130 degrees equals, and then divide sine 30 degrees. Ayan. So, your answer is approximately 68.94. 68.94. C is approximately 68.94 meters. And that is our final answer. Example number 2, we are given two angles and an included side. So, this is our figure. We are given angle A 42 degrees, angle B 75 degrees, and we have an included side which is 22 centimeters. That is side C. If this is the figure, we are asked to find the value of our angle C, our side A, and side B. In these three unknown parts of our triangle, let's find the value for angle C. So, angle C is equal to the total measures of angle in any triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So, therefore, we can get the third angle kasi given naman yung dalawang angles natin. So, that is 180 degrees minus 42 degrees minus 75 degrees. Angle C now is equal to, that is equal to 63 degrees. We have now the final answer for angle C. Let's find the value for side A. So first is I write the formula of our sine law, and I replace all the given values coming from our problems to our formula. So, I replace angle A with its value kasi di ba our angle A is 42 degrees. So, we replace angle A to 42 degrees. We remain small letter A side A because we don't know yet the value. Sa B naman, we replace the value for angle B kasi, di ba, that is 75 degrees. So, pinalitan lang natin ng 75 yung B natin. And again, we retain the small letter B since di pa natin alam ang value niya. And kanina nakuha natin ang value ng ating angle C, which is 63 degrees. So, yun ang nilagay natin dito. And given din ang ating side C, which is 22 centimeters. So, in this case, we're asked to find side A. Sa tatlong ratio, we have now a ratio which is given na yung angle, given pa ang ating side. And in that case, ito yan, yung ratio na yan. Ibig sabihin na can you use that to find the value of A and B. So, unahin natin ang side A. Since nandito ang A, small letter A, I will use this ratio to make a proportion with this ratio. Yung meron ng value ng ating angle, meron pang value ng ating side. So that we can get the value of A. So, start tayo. We have now, sine 42 degrees over A is equal to sine 63 degrees over 22. Mamaya kayo sulat yung lian natin unit para hindi tayo maguluhan sa ating solution. Okay, since this one is a proportion, we can use cross multiplication. Okay, cross-multiply natin, 22 times sine 42 degrees, that is equal to A times sine 63 degrees. Okay, let's start solving. A times sine 63 degrees, that is A sine 63 degrees is equal to, ito naman, 22 times sine 42 degrees, that is 22 sine 42 degrees. And we need to find the value of our small letter A. So, we need to eliminate or eliminate sine 63 degrees. So, to do that, let's divide both sides by sine 63 degrees. Sine 63 degrees. Yan, cancel na siya. So, A now is equal to 22 sine 42 degrees over sine 63 degrees. So, we are now in calculation ready form. So, ibig sabihin, we can now use our scientific calculator. So, gamitan natin ang calculator. So, again, your calculator should be in degree mode before using your scientific calculator. So, press 22 times sine 42 degrees equals, and then divide sine 63 degrees. And our answer is approximately 16.52. 16.52. Our A now is approximately 16.52. This is our value of side A. Now, let's find the value of our side B. So, from these three ratios, andi dito ang small letter B natin, meaning we're going to use this ratio and we will make a proportion with this ratio. So, write tayo ng sine 75 degrees over B is equal to sine, that is 63 degrees. 63 degrees over 22 cm. Again guys, kanina nilagyan ko yung final answer ng ating side A with its unit centimeter kasi dati nalagyan kanina. Okay, and this time, we have now a proportion. So, since that is a proportion, we can use cross multiplication. Meaning, we can cross multiply these two. Ayan. And let's start with the solution. B times sine 63 degrees, it becomes now B sine 63 degrees equals 22 times sine 75 degrees, that is 22 sine 75 degrees. Di ko muna ilalagay yung unit natin, sa last ko na i-affix. Since we're looking for our side B or B, we need to eliminate sine 63 degrees. And to do that, we will divide both sides by sine 63 degrees. And then sine 63 degrees. This one, cancel na. So we have now B is equal to 22 sine 75 degrees over sine 63 degrees. And B now is approximately, we need now our scientific calculator. So press 22 times sine 75 equals divide sine 63. Approximately, we have 23.85 centimeters. 23.85. And that is our final answer.